If you have osteoporosis, these three common spine exercises can increase your fracture risk. Most people don't even realize they're doing them, and doctors almost never warn you. So I'll show you the three moves to stop doing immediately and what to replace them with today. I'm Igor. I help adults over 50 improve bone density. So the first exercise or group of exercises to avoid is something called spinal flexion. People with osteoporosis have weaker vertebrae. That's why the lumbar spine is often measured. And when the vertebrae bump into each other, as in forward flexion, so you should avoid bending pressure. For example, forward bends, often done in yoga, or seated forward bends, anything forward folding. You can see how her spine is rounded, and that can increase the risk of fractures. What's better? Bending from the hips instead of the spine. You'll notice that here, her spine is straight. Or rather, it has a natural curve as opposed to an exaggerated curve as when you try to touch your toes. So don't get me wrong. Forward flexion is okay, just not end range forward flexion. So as long as you stay about 20% shy of the end range, you're okay. But if you can bend from the hips, better to bend from the hips. So another exercise to avoid is something like crunches. Although again, good for the abs, as long as you stay shy of the last 20 degrees of forward flexion, that's okay. So a good exercise for the abs or a safer exercise for the abs might be just planks. And notice that there is A, no motion, and B, the spine stays neutral. Another group of exercises to avoid is end range spinal rotation. Again, for the same reason that when somebody doesn't have osteoporosis, this is not a problem. If somebody does have osteoporosis, when the vertebrae get towards the end ranges, what happens is they just put pressure on each other, and the risk of fracture is much higher because of the lower density and the lower strength. So this is one group of exercises to avoid. And again, the main issue is simply the end range. If you still do rotation but stay 20% shy of the end range, you're okay. But if you want to be absolutely safe, let's say you can't tell where the end range is, simply switch to side planks. Side planks work the oblique muscles, which are the sides of your abdominals, and as a result, they don't cause any spinal rotation, so no problems there. Now, I know I said here I will give you three exercises to avoid, but I'm going to give you a bonus exercise, and that is spinal extensions or back bends. Again, in somebody who does not have osteoporosis, these are great for the muscles of the lower back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. However, in somebody who does have osteoporosis and the vertebrae are already weaker, this one should be avoided. Again, only the last 20 degrees or so, 20% of the end range. If you do back bends, but you stay shy of that, that's okay. So a better alternative than this is simply a back extension machine, which again, you can do it at the gym or you can do it at home with other equipment. Notice how her spine here is staying neutral. It's not an exaggerated curve. That's a much safer way of doing back extensions for people with osteoporosis. Now, if you want to dive way deeper into this, I recorded a very special video called the Stronger Bones Checklist, 6 steps to improve bone density naturally. This video is not available on YouTube. However, if you go to this link on your screen right now or in the description below, you'll be able to download it for free.